Aren't we pretty? But the daffodils are out. Canna lilies are coming back. Calla lilies are coming back. I forgot what these are, but we'll know what they are when we see the flowers. And look at that in the back. The roses are coming back. Hello friends, I bet you wonder what I've been doing with my day today. Yeah, I'm trying to rescue my front flower bed and protect daffodils. They didn't even come up last year, so I'm so excited to see them. Yeah. Well friends, let's move to the back because it is loud out here. Before we go, I just want you to see the Easter lilies up. Well friends, I'm so glad to see you here today. And I just want to tell you that I am participating in 2 open collaborations today. The first one is hosted by Grandma Sandy, and it is called Garden Tour Saturday. And the second one is hosted by our good friend Janita, and it is called Let's Share Our Plant Success and Disaster Stories. Well friends, let's take a look at their channels. Friends, both of these open collaborations are very easy to join in on. Garden Tour Saturday or hashtag Garden Tour Saturday, all you have to do is just show your garden. That's it. It doesn't matter if it's a big garden, a flower garden, a balcony garden, something that you're growing inside. I've seen some arrow gardens even. We want to see what you're growing, and that's all you have to do is just share that. And then there's Let's Share Our Plant Success and Disaster Stories. It's hashtag Let's Share Our Plant Success or Disaster Stories. And it is hosted by Janita, like I said before, and all you have to do to participate is just share a story about your plant, any plant. And then you have to tell us if it's a success or a disaster, or maybe it's we had better check back in on this later and decide. Well friends, before we go any further, I just want to thank those of you that participated in the conversation about if I should harvest some of my cabbage leaves and try to see what would happen to my cabbage plant. We'll talk about that a little later. But for right now, I want to thank my friends properly by giving them a round of applause and a little shout out. So let's look at their channels and give them a round of applause. All of these channels that I'm sharing, friends, I'm going to put in my description box. So be for sure you check them out. They're good channels and they'll be good friends for you. So anyway, friends, what we have going on here today is we're going to do a little bit of garden tour. And we're going to start it out by showing something that a friend has never seen before. She's a very experienced gardener. She's got very good tips on her channel. You just saw her in the group of people that I just gave the little shout out and round of applause to. So let's take another quick look at her channel. Well, much like me, she had never seen a tobacco tree before. Babette, when she first saw it, when I was wondering what it was, she says, looks like tobacco. And I thought to myself, there's no way I can have a tobacco plant. I don't think anybody around here is growing tobacco. But apparently this is growing wild somewhere because the birds have gifted it to me. So Marlene, let us both take a quick look at this tobacco tree. This little baby was green until we had some cooler weather. I think it got down into the high 30s. And then I got some yellowing of leaves and some falling down of leaves. To identify it, the flowers were looked up a little bit, and yeah, it's a tobacco tree. And look at this. It actually has bark. Real bark. Let's take a look at the leaf. They're smooth. You can see we're going to have more flowers here. I haven't looked it up enough to tell if you can harvest this and make anything out of it. These are some of the bigger leaves. And it's tall. It's taller than my patio, which makes it quite a bit taller than me. So there we go. Let's see if I can get a good picture of it. I'll back up. You can see it's leaning a little bit because it has to come out from under the patio. I want to show you something before I throw this away. I was cleaning that front bed a little bit, and this was the hydrangea from last year. Hold on. I don't want you to think that that green leaf there was actually part of this plant. But let's take a look at it. Completely dead. This plant is supposed to be partial sun. And where it was partial sun. But I think we may have kept it a little too wet because it was under the wood chips and a spot where we watered a lot. The plants here are kind of spaced. And so it looks like the hydrangeas we have here are coming back. So that little plant was definitely a fail for us, was a disaster. And we've got another one around the front too that's a disaster. So 2 of those for me to pull up. But we do have some success in this area. There's one that's okay. There's number 2 that's coming back. Number 3 that's coming back. And number 4 is coming back. So all the ones in the back seem to be doing good, even though it looks like I may not have cut them back low enough. I just passed over somebody real quick here. Yeah, that's the calla lily. There's 2 flowers this week. And here's the collard greens. We're going to go down to the one in question. And I want you to start noticing how dark green these are. And look at this one. I was looking, and there is something called a cabbage collard greens. So I'm wondering if this might be one. It's a little lighter green than the others. And it's doing this, and none of the others are doing that. Now, I don't know how this seed got into our garden, but yeah. We have something that we didn't plant again. I think it's cabbage cauliflower. So Yeah. And as you can see, we harvest it. When we harvest these, we harvest the leaves. They start out about like this one, and we start harvesting. We harvest the bottom leaves. And as we harvest, it grows, and it grows more leaves. And we just keep harvesting a few leaves at a time. So it grows a stalk that way. And I was wondering if my cabbage would do the same thing. I have more cabbage, but I have 3 right down here at the end that would be good for our experiment. So maybe next Wednesday I will harvest some of these from the bottom, and we'll take them in and steam them and see what it tastes like. Well, friends, that's all I have today. Be sure you check out the playlist, check out my description box, visit the host channels, and yeah, I think that's all I have for today. So I guess it's time for me to say bye. So bye-bye, my friends. Bye. Bye.